Hi everybody. So Joe and I have hit the road from Wilmington, North Carolina. We're getting ready to go see Lynette, one of my all-time favorite twins. I haven't actually met her yet, but she has been one of the most supportive people on this journey, constantly sending me messages of encouragement, and was one of the very first, or the first North Carolina twin to reach out to me while I was here a few months ago taking care of my mom. She was very gracious and understanding when I couldn't get to her, and now I'm gonna get to go to her. I'm actually going to her house, which is in South Carolina, so I'm super excited about that. I wanted to show you something. I don't know if you can see. There's wispies in the clouds right there. I don't know if you can see those or not, but whenever I see clouds like that, I always think that there's an angel watching over me, because the wispies remind me of wings. It was a neat little reminder as I was sitting down to make this video. I have had the most incredible couple days with twins. I had an awesome visit with Nona last night, and we were talking about the journey as a twin, a young lost twin, and it was interesting because this amazing new concept came to me as I was talking to her, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about it. She said, man, it must have been so hard, like you had such a hole in your heart. And I said, you know, I decided to put the W in front of that hole. And ironically, the W, you know, when you look at the letter W, you know, the shape of it, it's like twin V's or whatever, right? So it's like, I put the W in front of that hole, and I made myself whole again. That W represents the wow in my life. That W represents the wonderful in my life. It represents the twin aspect of me. And so we had quite the little giggle, and she said, I love that, and she got covered with goosebumps. It was super sweet, and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally have to share that with my twins. So what are we doing as twins to put the wow back in our life? Taking that whole, H-O-L-E, and turning it back into whole, W-H-O-L-E, and embracing our twinship. The truth that our twins are very much still with us, and that they have just transformed back into their eternal form, which at some point we will do the same. We still have that eternal part in us though, and so to feel the magic of that, the fact that if we allow ourselves to connect with them and listen to them, if we can quiet the mind, then we can hear the whisper, again, there's that W, of their souls. And I think that that is just, it's such a powerful and positive place to be. Now, I know when we're initially facing the grief cycle that it's so hard to even think along those lines. I totally get it. I was able to meet with a twin mom this morning. Her twinless twin is just before he turns 3. He'll be turning 3 in September. And I will definitely post pictures and so on of the little hug I got this morning, which was awesome with that little guy, Jeremiah, super cute. But we were talking about the language, and how can we change our language from the twin loss, and that how can we evolve in how we're viewing our experience, and rather than it being going through the grief cycle, that maybe it's about going through the awakening cycle. And part of the awakening cycle is that we're awakening to our twin power, to understand that it exists whether our twins are still in the physical or not. That's a new awareness for us. We never would have come to that understanding had our twin not passed, okay? So we're awakening to how powerful that dynamic is, which is so amazing and so awesome. And awakening to our own internal strength and power, and awakening to our ability to connect to the eternal. Like, even if we're people of faith, even if we're not people of faith, the fact that we have our moments where it appears that our twins sometimes reveal themselves to us. And I know sometimes there's twins on here that say, I don't get any signs, they never show me anything. And I've certainly had my moments of frustrations like that too, but like I've shared with all of you before, when I calm down and I slow myself down, it is amazing to me where I can end up seeing the signs. And so much of our not seeing signs is because we've at times decided we can't, or we're so desperate to see the sign that we end up blinding ourselves. So again, I believe that we're in an awakening cycle. There is a period of sadness, and that's part of the cycle. There is a period of what we consider pain, which is part of the cycle. And what I shared with my twin last night was that, that crushing, it feels like our heart is just crushing. I said, I think that's our twin pressing on our heart, saying, I'm right here. I'm right here. And we're so busy focusing on the loss, what we consider a loss, that we can't feel that that's actually them letting us know that they're right here. I really like that, though. I really like the positive perspective about that. And so I want to say, I'm not sorry for your loss. I'm excited for your awakening, because I don't feel like you lost anything. I think your twin is right there. And that's why your heart is, what you feel is hurting, is because they're filling it up with love, so much so it's breaking open. And it might appear to be painful, but what it is them really getting in touch with you. Are you open to that? Are you willing to feel them that deeply, where you don't have to have them in the physical? That it's truly a soul thing? Feel them in the way that you did before you came into the womb? I think that's an awesome space to be in. I'm prayerful, very prayerful, that we can all get there. I love you all very much. I'm on my way to see Lynette. I can't wait to get my arms around her. Yay! I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.